Hi, my name's Bryce. Welcome to VHS Play, where we are playing Resident Evil Outbreak and recording it all on VHS. Welcome to spooky season. Well, hey, it's October. It's not actually October. I'm recording this ahead of October, but soon it's going to be October. This video is going out on October, and no, you cannot play online with Snap. So why Resident Evil Outbreak? Why this game? Well, I mean, it contains scenes of explicit violence and gore, for one. And for two, this opening is incredible. I think it goes into it. Nope, doesn't. If I leave it here, it should. Hopefully, I think. Also, this screen... Recording things on VHS has turned me into like a VHS filter snob. Like actually looking at real VHS footage all the time and then being like, oh, you're using a filter. How quaint. But yeah, this is more of a CRT filter, which is fine. That's not the opening. That's an arcade attract demonstration mode. Okay, well, this is not starting how I'd wanted to. Anyway, so I'm going to talk over this bit, and then we'll get properly started here in a second. So Resident Evil Outbreak is one of those games I've been thinking about a lot recently. Just, like, I don't know why it's in my brain as it is, but it's one of those games that's super ahead of its time. It was, in order to experience it properly, much in the way of like Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, the correct way to play it. That call out. That Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles is the best played if you have a GameCube and 4 GBA link cables, 4 GBAs, and 3 other friends to play with you consistently over a fair period of time. That's the best way to enjoy that game, and it's such a phenomenal experience doing that. Where like I actually did at some point try to record like a little quick love letter to Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. It just didn't work. Like not one bit, because I was playing alone. And that changes so much of the game, and it changes so many things about the game that it's just like, it's a completely different game. You need, like, at the very least, one other player, and it's just not the same. Like, flat out, it's not the same. Surprise, playing a game alone versus with friends is very different. What am I looking for? We are, like, I only have mono, on these cables, so that is why I always change these things to mono. Controller settings, yeah. Oh, geez. Okay, right. There's a lot. There's a whole lot. Appeal A, appeal B. Moving stuff. Great. Okay. That's a good sound. That's the little like walkie-talkie sound effect. That's a really good menu sound. Yes, let's create some system data. Anyway, so Final Fantasy, Resident Evil Outbreak is a game that was super ahead of its time because it was meant to be like a 4-player. This is taking a while. It was like a 4-player sort of game that was meant to be played over the network, and like you were supposed to go in. I think it was 4 characters. Might have been 3, but it was. You were supposed to play with people online or with your friends or whatever. And in order to do that, that meant you needed, it's several layers of luxury. You had to have A, a PS2, B, this game, C, your PS2 needed either the network adapter or needed to be one of the slim versions that includes a LAN port on the back. And then D, you needed high-speed internet, which was not common in these days. Like most people were And I think technically most people are still on dial-up these days if you look at like super wide numbers. But anyway, the point is like high-speed internet was a luxury. Like, and back in those days, you had like the friend who had high-speed internet, and it was like, wow, look at how fast I can go through everything.
Resident Evil.
Whereas, like, you know, if you're the kid with the dial-up, then it's just like, well, somebody wants to use the phone. There goes this download that I was trying to download forever. Rip those 3 megabytes that took, you know, an hour to download. Back in my day, I'm recording stuff on. I'm recording a game that is like maybe 20 years old. Let's see. What the 2003 is what that says. So not quite 20 years old. I'm recording a game that's not quite 20 years old. Was still way ahead of its time. I'm recording it on VHS. If you're not expecting some amount of back in my day, then I'm sorry to disappoint you, I suppose. All right. So that's enough staring at this. It is nice that they actually broke up the title into the 2 steps of the Resident Evil and then the Outbreak as like the second, like once you select start playing. Anyway, like this game could have been a Left 4 Dead, like flat out. Like that's kind of what the point I'm getting to is just like this could have been a Left 4 Dead of just like one of those games that everybody played and like, you know, or had just like a huge following and like a huge variety of people playing it, and one of those games that like, you know, you say the name and people know what you're talking about immediately, and they're not just like, oh yeah, I heard about that. They're like, oh yeah, I played that in college or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'm off the rails. We've been staring at menus and title screen things. There's more menus ahead, but I think if I hit this, then we'll actually get the opening that I thought played before the title screen. And it's real good. It's one of my favorites in all of Resident Evil stuff. But first we have to save or load or whatever. Okay. Where's the heckin' opening? Is it going to be at the start of this? It was a typical night at Jay's bar. Some uninvited guests crashed the party. Our race for survival was just beginning. That's another thing about this game. Is like you are focusing on event checklist? Nothing. So you have a whole cast of characters of like everybody has their jobs, everybody like basically everybody has a job, everybody has like kind of their specialties. Like Kevin, he's a cop and a wannabe, he wants to be a STARS member, but has failed the test like 3 or 4 times or something like that. So he's just kind of, you know, he is a wannabe cop. Like he's a cop / wannabe, but that makes it to where he's like, because he's a cop, he starts with a decent handgun. Mark is a big guy who's good with melee weapons. Jim is just kind of lucky. Like he's just one of those people that you just kind of don't notice. George is a surgeon or a doctor or something, so he's good at medicine. David is the mysterious fixer-upper guy who can just like do stuff. I don't know. I've never actually successfully done anything with David. Alyssa, being a reporter, is a master of unlocking things. Yoko is a college student, therefore she has a backpack. And because she has a backpack, she can hold more things. So it's like a separate sub-inventory. And it's actually really neat. And Cindy is a waitress who can heal friends because, I don't know, courtesy or something. Anyway, I had not even considered which character to play as. The other thing with Kevin is like, all of the characters have like the same sort of limited inventory, except for Yoko, who has slightly more inventory, but it's in a separate like tab sort of deal. Like this game is so weird, and it's so kind of groundbreaking in several ways. And we'll just go with Kevin, because... sure, we'll try normal and see how that goes. It will probably go poorly. Do I get my opening now? Maybe? Yes. It's so good. I love it so much. Like it's expanding on like a lot of Resident Evil 2 stuff. Specifically like the whole like, hey, here's Birkin. He did all of the attacks, and I'm going to talk over this because like this is, hey, we're in a bar and then zombies appear. Spoilers, I guess. And everybody's in this bar, and that's why it's like these 8 or however many characters.
There was a disruption earlier at today's football match between the Raccoon Sharks and the Old Port Hunters. Apparently, the game was interrupted when an unruly fan got out of control and sparked a riot. The number of injured is not yet.
Apparently, I'm not going to talk over this as much as I thought.
Aren't you eating anything? Hey, Bob, where's your mind at?
What?
Huh? What a weird customer.
Who is this guy? Damn it! He's unconscious. Are you all right?
What are you doing?
Okay, so now I'm gonna need to talk over everything because something revolutionary about this game is that you can't pause. Like that was a big deal in these days, 20-ish years ago. Of here's a game that you can't pause. But like, anyway, that opening cutscene, like I love it so much because that orchestral score gives everything just like such a strong weight. You know what? Alright. Trying to remember game controls and anything. Seems like... Wait, what? Hold on. Playing manual 1, status screen, blah blah blah. The directional buttons use R1, combining items with L1, reloading. We are trying to get through this real fast. We can read that later, I think, because we've found it in the real world. Cool. Men's bathroom. That's not what I wanted. Dang. Oh, that load time. Anyway, like this game is constantly running in real time because it was like meant to be played online. That's a green herb. I will take the green herb. But then, like, you have timed events like this, where I've taken so long that now the zombies have broken into the bar, and that's unfortunate, and now I'm stuck in the bathroom, and I need to get across the crowded, zombie-filled bar. Oh, okay, so this game is going to be a rough one to do commentary over, because, like, I want to talk about the opening cutscene, and I probably should have just talked over the opening cutscene and talked about all the things I love about it, but the orchestral score gives it, like, so much weight. Like, I love the rat's point of view of everything that you're seeing through the rat's eyes the entire time. The whole, like, retreading the ground set in Resident Evil 2. Okay, so this was a staff room. Keyhole looks quite old. Staff room key. Great. First aid spray? Totally. A lot of alcoholic drinks. Oh no, it's one of these. Alright. Is this going to get me anywhere? Yes, this looks like it's going me forward. But like retreading the Resident Evil 2 ground and like that was one of my favorite cutscene bits of Resident Evil 2 of just like finding out how just like what happened. Yes, let's read this very fast. Status is poison, blood loss, virus, crawling. If you're crawling, it's bad. Shit. Apologies for swearing. I try not to. Yeah, you enjoy that. Oh, geez. Oh, no. I don't know if I can help you, dude. Let's just scram. So anyway, like the whole like here's all the man, you are not doing great. I forget your name. All sorts of junk, various junk. Next room. But like one of the things I always loved about Resident Evil 2 is that it actually answered like the wait, hold on, where did all the zombies come from? Like how did this spread through the entire city so fast? Great. There's a map. Handgun rounds, perfect. Uniforms. So like that was already a cutscene that like already was like really stuck in my head from when I played Resident Evil 2 when I was younger. So like seeing it redone like through wooden boards. If I had a nail gun, I could probably do something about that. So like seeing it from the rat's point of view and like seeing a higher fidelity version of this cutscene that has this grand sweeping orchestral spooky score going over it, just like good. And it also like it just flat out shows you nameplate reads Cindy. So might honestly be able to get in there if we were Cindy. Okay, this small diary in the locker. Read it now. I hate the kids living in the next door, apartment. They sneak into this building via accessway on the roof, cause trouble. Day before yesterday, they closed the shutter on the 3rd floor. While I wasn't looking because of that, I couldn't go to the roof and get the package I needed when I got to the scolding. Check. I can't remember how many times they broke the lock that holds the sign on to the chain link fence. However, I've welded it so that it will never be able to. They will never be able to enter. If they should break it, I will sue them for damaging my property. You better watch your butts, kid. Okay. Again, like, there's a time limit on all of this. The game does not pause. The zombies are coming. People are trying to run away. Monsters. All that stuff. But, like... Anyway, I guess that covers like. Wait, there is like one more thing I want to mention about the cutscene. I'm talking super fast, and I apologize for that, but I gotta go. So,
what?
this is serious.
I understand.
What's all this craziness? Blue marking. Leather sofa, no time for rest. Raccoon today. The headline reads, Strange Incident. Okay, I do drop the herb. Alright, great. Steel shelf, nothing particularly useful. Leather sofa, no time. The other thing that I really like about the opening cutscene is like the transferring, like the crossfading between like the here's the scenes as they're playing out and also like the biological like internal cells and junk. Like it looks super great. Tropical fish. Nope.
No, this can't.
Okay, blue. All right. Handgun rounds. Owner's photos. I do not have rounds for my gun. I'm going to regret not picking up one of those handguns. Oh, that is a problem with Kevin. Right. Anyway, like that whole transferring between like here's like the biological nonsense in cells and everything, like those transitions are just so cool. They look so good. Zombies. I need to get to that blue tag door. Anyway, so that covers the opening cutscene. Now let's talk about, I guess, one last thing. One super last thing to mention is that the when we get to the bar, whichever character you choose to play as... Ow, crows! Locked with a simple lock. Iron pipe, great for things. All right, let's get out of here. Whichever character you choose, that's kind of who the camera focuses on in like the second half of the like here's the bar cutscene bit.
Oh my god.
Oh, no, it's not. Screen transition.
Watch out.
Let's go, Cindy. Let's go. Oh, liquor room. That's not the roof. I obtained the special item Mark's bottle. Cool.
Hello?
Don't see anything useful here. Carry an entrance.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Green herb.
Yeah.
Roof is technically sound. Alcohol bottle. So there's like a whole item crafting system in this game. I don't really know enough about it because there's always the there's so much time pressure because the zombies are coming. I need a forklift key. There's a way out. There's a blue herb.
Yeah?
Let's just try to stay calm.
What's that? Please, help!
Come on, help me.
Yep, we need to get that forklift working.
Hold on much longer.
Sorry, y'all, I've got to go down this ladder very slowly. Anyway, like, so what makes this game super neat is that it was meant to be played online in groups of 3. There we go.
Jeremy, I obtained several things.
May I have it, pretty?
God.
Hello, is someone there?
Papa, this is it. Help.
Okay, so
Help me.
a few things are going on.
It's over.
Right, reloading, you actually, like, I love that little aspect of, when you're reloading, you actually have to, like, refill the full thing. Like, I think you can find clips that actually make reloading way faster. Okay, how are we doing versus everybody else?
It's over. Oh my god.
Let's just try to stay calm.
Alright, forklift key. Forklift key, we need a forklift key. Aha! Lock on the other side, keyhole looks quite old. Dang it. My dudes. What?
I was 3 years away from my pension.
Help me!
Help me, please. Let's just help me, please.
Come back. I'm trying to help you.
It can't be.
You actually have to go into the menu. You can cancel out of reloading early,
Help me, please.
which is a neat concept. Oh, she's dead. That's not good. Anyway, so the concept of this game is that you would play it online with a couple friends. That's real bad. So, and then, like, a thing is, if you died, then you would become a zombie, not too long later. Alcohol bottle. Rude. Also, that gauge in the bottom right is the virus gauge. If that fills up to full, you turn into a zombie. It's also slowly ticking up throughout the entire time that you're playing the level. So after you die, you become a zombie, and you're basically, you switch sides, and it's like, it turns into, well, you can single player mode, partner AI, AI actions, appeal to AI using the right analog stuff, appeal B, press the L2 and right analog stick together. Great. Give command, appeal, status screen, choosing items and stuff. Because I'm playing on single player, I can use that to, I can use there's the key. And that's all of my bullets. And I don't have a handgun, and I don't think either of these other characters picked up a handgun, which is a shame and a half. Well, there's shotgun rounds. But, like, you have, like, this mission aspect of just, like, the clear objective is escape and survive. No, come back. He fell down. To note, if you fall down, you get virus a heck of a lot faster. So your virus gauge starts shooting up because you're crawling around on the ground. And there's a lot of T-Riders on the floor, I guess. And you need somebody to come help you, which is kind of frustrating because it's like you can just get knocked down and like you're not at like I think it can happen. Nope, he is dead. Well, crud. Okay, question of the moment is, do I try to scram all the way back down to the bar and get a handgun that I can use all of these bullets with? Let's see how bad the situation is. Not great. It'll do, but it's not great. But, like, you have, like, zombies that are constantly pouring in from places. You have all sorts of, like, files and secret items to find. And if you want to get lost in a wiki for a while, the Resident Evil Outbreak wiki has so much lore. Like, this game was a Dark Souls level lore dump on like the fall of Raccoon City and everything. It's pretty wild. All right. It's a nail gun. I can get rid of the nail gun. There we go. These zombies are so fast, and there's the friend guy who fell over early on in the cutscenes. Bah. Like I hope, despite my like frantic commentary and like rushing and like trying to survive and trying to just like figure things out and like hyper skimming the the documents that I've found so far, like the thing is, this game is constantly running in real time. Like even during these loads, I'm fairly certain it's still running. Like I do wonder, like for single player, is it running all of these things at all times, or like during loads, is there like a brief reprieve? This is not the door I wanted to go through. So I don't remember if you can do it or if you need specifically like David to do it, but you can like combine alcohol and I think the newspaper, and like I think it's like if you take a bottle of alcohol, a newspaper, and the lighter, and I think that lighter is reusable, then you can make Molotovs, which is just kind of a neat thing. Note, that takes 3 heckin' inventory spaces out of 4. Of 4 inventory spaces. I guess 5 because I also have like an equipment slot, but jeez. Alright, well the good news is that David hasn't stood back up yet. And Cindy's still down. I do like that when you're caught in a grapple, you can struggle out, and like if you hit R1, oh no! Oh, that's not great. Anyway, if you hit R1 while you're in a struggle, you'll like pull out, if you have like a gun equipped, then you can like pull it out and like shoot the zombie to like break the struggle. This game's really cool, and like in terms of Resident Evil, like it still feels very Resident Evil. It just feels Resident Evil with a real hard time limit. Like there is a legit actual time limit based off of the virus counter ticking up the entire time. There's just like the soft time limit of I got places to be and there's zombies behind me and stuff. Reload, please. That's not the one that's... Reload faster. Hope I don't need to go that way because there's zombies coming now. Storage room key. put it in more modern terms, it's a lot like the the Mr. X chase bits of Resident Evil 2 Remake, where it's just like there's just something after you and you gotta go, and like you just gotta go. You gotta keep moving. You can't stop. You can't like really take stock of the situation. And because this game was meant to be played online, the fence is quite damaged. It could break if I could ram it. No, no. Alright, I see a lot of zombies. This is a bad situation. Run, Kevin. Run! Hi, yoo-hoo! Enough of me. Like you can see, I'm already at 45% virus gauge. If I were playing with human players, I don't know how long it takes for their bodies to turn into zombies, but like that adds another time pressure. That's not what I want. Also, shut that door so no zombie comes through. Okay, well there goes my heal. Thick dust, first aid spray, great. Handgun magazine, excellent. So this is one of those systems that I really love. We now have a magazine, which I just realized I have no more ammo. That's where did it go? I don't think I accidentally dropped it for a green herb. I might have though. There we go.
Attention everyone. Due to the riots in progress, this area will be closed off soon. Please proceed to this checkpoint immediately. If you do not leave the area in time, we cannot guarantee your safety.
This game is so tense. There's so much that's going on, and like so many things that you're trying to solve, and so many things that are just like oh geez, now there's a 3-minute timer. Where's the panel that I broke? Let me up, let me up, let me up. So speaking of timers, there's another actual hard one. Jeez, okay. So, I didn't really get to... Right. I remember this. Oh, that's rude. That is so heckin' rude. Event completion rate 25%, not bad. Playtime rank F, great. 0 survivors, 1 special item. No damage clear, no weapon clear. That's some wild shenanigans, I suppose. Event checklist. Use the staff room key. Use the key with the blue tag. Move cargo with the forklift. Destroyed liquor room shutter. When did I do that? Did I do that? Did somebody else do that? Destroyed wire fence on rooftop. Obtained newspaper. Obtained staffer's diary. Saw a crow fly into drawing room. So you do all of this stuff, and like you get points within, like you saw it on there, like 152 points or whatever. I think this is just like, yeah, character usage and like all the silly things. So here's all of your clears and all of your just things that would turn into achievements in, you know, the future consoles. Like this stuff that is just kind of like a, hey, here's some random little bits of information that's kind of neat. I don't know. It's neat when this data is just kind of there for like fun purposes. And then you have this gallery that costs hundreds of points to do things. And then you get like all the movies that you unlock along the way. There's a lot of things. Alternate costumes. But yeah, like you have all these random meta things to spend your points on. So you end up with, like, I hope it's coming across at all why I like this game. Like that's kind of the thing. Like, I'm trying to decide if there's actually like enough here for this to be like the whole spooky times all of October. Like I could play through this and there's a lot of scenarios and like there's actually, you know, the overarching story here. But it's a lot of this. It is a lot of being really stressed out and really pushing. Let's see. We're going to go for like speed run aspect. I'm sitting up slightly differently in my chair, so apologies if the audio has suddenly changed. Yoko is super handy just because she can carry all those extra things. Master of unlocking. Information.
Yeah. Yeah.
Forgot they all have their little voice clips.
Yeah.
Anyway. Let's try again with Alyssa. And we can skip this. We'll let this one play out because there's like the slightly just like where's she at in the bar sort of things.
There was a disruption earlier at today's football match between the Raccoon Sharks and the Old Court Thunders. Apparently the game was interrupted when
The Raccoon Sharks?
control sparked a riot.
Really? That's the name you went with your your football team?
Aren't you eating anything?
All right. And it's all the same from there on. Okay, so first order of business, get a handgun. Handgun and bullets is so much of our inventory, and then like a healing item, and that's it. That's us done. Heck. All right. you also start in like a different position based off of which character you choose to start as, which that is also neat. Alright, we're just gonna gun it. And I wish I remembered where all of the ammo pickups were.
What? Did you find anything?
Love how she's just spraying him with pesticide. But anyway, like, this game, again, like, the structure feels very similar to Left 4 Dead for me, of just, like, there's all of the campaign scenarios that are meant to be played over and over and over again, and it's just kind of like, you have all of these different things to find, like, where Left 4 Dead is driven by the whole the AI director thing that is, like, dynamic difficulty, where the zombies spawn, all that sort of stuff. Event time. There are now zombies. But this has just like, it has the Resident Evil secrets and items and that sort of thing, and like all the different characters to play as. Hey, what the? Where'd you come from already? Thanks, not David. George? I don't remember names. God, this game is like way more fun than I remembered it being, quite frankly. Right, if we can find the nail gun, we could board up that wall, and that makes it to where it takes longer for the zombies to get in, basically. And that's just kind of nice. Alright, so hey, zombie. How's it going? We'll wait for him to leave. Maybe. See, isn't that neat? This game's neat. No, not this locker. This one here. Right, I should like actually read that out in the menu time. Anyway, looking at the clock and realizing I actually do need to be somewhere, not like I need to not like I need to be somewhere in game, which this game has, like, again, there's just like this constant, you're being hunted, you're being followed, the zombies are right behind you, and like I really like how this game plays, and like it still feels there we go, nail gun.
We have to go.
Now. Controls Y. I did not think this through. Honestly, this whole like trying to speedrun this is like, there's no way I was going to do that in time. But anyway, I hope you understand like what makes this game like really special and unique, and like why I like it. Here we go. And like, you have like all these different little aspects of the game that you can do. And there's a ton of documents and there's tons of secrets, and just like, it's got a lot of that like Resident Evil lore aspect. And like I mentioned, there's just like, there's so much in this game, and like certain files and special items can only be found, rude, by certain characters. Did they already break down those the boards? And like, there's so much replay value, and like, I've never gotten to experience this game online. Like, a while back, I started investigating. Like, there is apparently like a whole, somebody has a server, like, you know, they've like reverse engineered the servers or whatever, and like have tried to set things up. There's not a key in here. I thought there was a key in here. Nope. But like, it is tremendous hoops to jump through. And like, also, something I didn't even mention yet is this game did not launch with the network play in the UK. In the UK, they ripped it out, and it was a single player game only. And I don't know, like, this game is so wild, and it's like, this was 2003, like, when was Left 4 Dead? Left 4 Dead was, what, like 2006, 7, 8, somewhere in there, like 5 years later? In the realm of 5 years later, we'll say. It wasn't even later than that.
Oh my God.
I don't know, but like, that's wild to me. That is so wild to me that this game is like 5 years ahead of its time. Like, the high-speed internet wasn't quite as widespread. Like, there's just so much about this game that is just like wildly innovative. You know what? Actually, yes, let's do this. So because I'm playing it on single player again, like, I have this option to bail. So let's bail, because I do need to get going. But I love this game. Like, it's so cool, and I desperately want a remaster or something to be able to like actually play this game in the way it was intended to be played. Like, it's a great game single player. I've never actually beat it all the way through. I got to like one of the last scenarios and then just like could never figure out how to solve a puzzle until one day the AI solved it for me, and then I died in the final boss. I have no idea what they did. But like, this game's so fascinating and so interesting, and just like, it feels Resident Evil, but it also feels like something different. Like, it has those same like crossover vibes as Left 4 Dead, and this could have been one of those like breakout hits. But it was a PS2 exclusive. You had to have a PS2, this game, a network adapter, everything. Like, you had to have so much. You needed high-speed internet. You just needed so much to be able to even play this game online. You needed to not live in Europe. You had to live either in Japan or stateside. And that's wild. It's so wild. This game is real good. And I'm rambling at this point. But anyway, hooray. Great kickoff to spooky season. Kind of. Hopefully. I don't know. This is going to be a wild one to listen back to, because I know I don't usually talk that fast. But man, this game's so good. It's so good. It's so interesting. I'm really glad I decided to at least poke at it. We'll see what happens next week. Will I carry on in trying to get through Resident Evil Outbreak, or is there something something more spooky to dive into. I don't know. There's a comment section. If you have opinions about that, I might. We'll see. We'll see if I have the time to wait and see what those comments are. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I've been Bryce. This has been VHS Play. Have a great spooky season.